Rest in peace, Warren Worthington III. That's right, we're talking Dark X-Men number 3 on The Newest Mutants! Hi, I'm Laz, your favorite not undead mutant, and I read comics so you don't have to. Before we get into the story, I just want to remind you to hit like and or subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. With that out of the way, let's get this X factored. Our story begins with a short description of M-Plate's place within Krakoa and mutant society. He was needed briefly to determine the need for Krakoa's own hunger, but soon he found himself without a purpose. As well, he had some debts that he needed to repay, and this debt was to Azazel. And now, back to the Pacific Ocean, and M-Plate is fighting the thing that used to be Archangel, Warren Worthington III. Maggot is also trying to get people to safety, and then Callisto joins into the fight as well. Gambit wants Azazel to pull his weight and help out, but he's kind of indifferent, Azazel is, and does nothing. Unfortunately, it's up to Archangel. It's up to Gambit to put Archangel down. We cut now to Mexico, where Madeline Pryor, the Goblin Queen, is seeking to protect and or recruit a mutant. This mutant is surrounded by a giant mushroom forest. Thank you, Mario. Very interesting. As the mutants discuss their game plan, the mushrooms release spores into the air, causing the X-Men to start coughing. Faint, Carmen Cruz, a relatively new recruit with a shape-shifting ability, is able to give herself a gas mask. However, the other mutants fall asleep and dream. Havoc dreams of Sentinel Cyclops. Zero dreams of some weird artist stuff. Albert the Wolverine android doesn't dream, but spies on the mutants secretly. Madeline is stuck in the cold with Mr. Sinister, and a ghostly wraith figure tells her, "We are inevitable." We cut back to Carmen Cruz, and she goes off to find Maricel, the mushroom mutant. That's when we see a Bamf. So now we're back in the Pacific, and Gambit has Azazel at the end of a kinetically charged blade. He wants Azazel to pull his weight and teleport him above the dead angel. He does, and Gambit literally gets the drop on the undead hero, well, former hero, and then uses his mutant ability, and this is messed up, to charge him up until he explodes. A rather sad end to one of the original X-Men. I feel very bad for Gambit in this situation as well, having to kill a former teammate. Very painful. In the aftermath, we see Callisto and Gambit having a word, and he offers her a place in the Limbo Embassy. Callisto refuses. Callisto believes the Morlocks are better off on their own. As the X-Men prepare to leave, Maggot decides to stay with the Morlocks. Back to the mushroom forest in Mexico, Carmen is having a conversation with Marisol. She says they have a safe space for mutants in the Limbo Embassy, but in the big reveal, Marisol has already made a safe space in her mushroom kingdom along with a few other mutants as well. Marisol explains that there were a lot of mutants left behind in Mexico because there were not a lot of Krakoan gates there. Carmen tells Marisol that she still has a place with these X-Men, even if they're not the ones that she would expect. And so we return to our formerly sleeping mutants who are now awake. They're being attacked by the Hell Beast, which is actually a mutated Nightcrawler from another timeline. And Madeline claims she's not going to be fooled twice. Havoc and Zero/Albert get into this fight as well, but the Nightcrawler beast is very dangerous. During the fight, Undead Havoc, that's what I'm calling him now, uses his powers, but it ends up causing problems with his decaying body. Maddie tells Alex she loves him for what's on the inside. We cut back to Carmen and Marisol. The Nightcrawler monster has teleported to attack the mutants that are with them, and Carmen defends them by shapeshifting. Maddie is like, "Yes, let your rage flow." Okay, Palpatine. The Nightcrawler monster is gone now, but Madeline is like, "I sensed something special in you." After the fight, Marisol, the Mushroom Girl, wants them all to leave, it was a mistake to let them in as they, quote, brought the devil with them. Marisol doesn't want to go, and Madeline Pryor will not force her. The Dark X-Men, they leave. We now cut to the Goblin Queen that Orcus has brought us from another realm. The Nightcrawler beast has returned, but now they have a new target. It's Ben Reilly, now known as Chasm, who has been taking refuge in the Limbo Embassy. And that's the book! Welcome now to the part of the episode where I thank you for making it this far, and I always like to ask a question pertaining to the issue that we just talked about. And in this question session, I guess, we're asking, what will Ben's role be with the Dark X-Men? And will he turn against them? I don't know much about Ben other than him being the former Scarlet Spider, a clone of Peter Parker. So where will this lead our Dark X-Men? We will find out, but tell me what you think in the comments. Right there, down there. Time now to give credit where credit is due. First, our cover art. Let's check it out right here. This was done by Steven Segovia and Rochelle Rosenberg. Very nice, very nice. Our writer for this book is Steve Fox. Artist, Jonas Scharf. Color artist is Frank Martin. Letterer, Clayton Cowles. And as always, editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics, it's C.B. Cebulski. All right, it's takeaway time, and my biggest takeaway, Angel is dead. Like, his body was destroyed. First, his face was melted off. I don't know. Now, whatever was left of him, it got gambited, right? He just blew up. It seems like a pretty ignoble way for an original X-Men to die. So what will happen with this? I want to know. Obviously, I don't know. Was this a good or a bad death for Archangel? Or Angel? Warren, even. Please comment if you have an idea, because this is messed up. And it feels like a pointless death, right? This is like a Tasha Yar style death. Let me know what you think in the comments. It is time now, however, for my favorite panels. I love this part of the show. My third favorite panel is this one right here of Madeline confronting a large, deathly specter. It's very ominous, and I don't know what it is, but I love the art here. I love the detail in the specter and the colors used. Also, in one hand, we see Havoc's headpiece, which is very interesting, and in the other, the figure is wielding a scythe. Is this death? Is Havoc going to die? Is this her fear? I think it was a very good panel. It's a great panel. My second favorite piece of art, second favorite panel of this book, right here, is the reveal of Marisol, aka Flourish, which is her name, I guess, in all her shroomy glory. Just a really cool image of her using her abilities. There are also some intriguing looking mutants in the image as well, including Goat Boy. Don't know if that's their name, but I'm just calling them that. The color palette here is really cool too, with the yellow and orange leading up to a very contrasting blue in the center where Marisol is. Very cool piece of art. Nice panel. Finally, my favorite panel, sadly also, is the death of dead Angel. I feel very bad for Gambit having to put his homie out like that, but was it even really Warren anymore anyways? I don't know, but take a look at this art. I think it's incredible. Please enjoy it. And that's it. But before I go, I always like to share a book from my collection. And for some reason, I feel like I've shared this one before, but it doesn't matter. Today's book is Uncanny X-Men 286. It has a really awesome Archangel cover, and that's who died in this issue. So rest in peace, Warren. But that's a cool cover with art by Jim Lee. Awesome. Next time on the show, we'll be talking Uncanny Spider-Man #2 on The Newest Mutants!